Hey guys, it's Mark, SmittyM14. Just a quick hobby update for y'all. Last hobby update, I believe I showed off 4 pieces of Bocage that were part of kits that I purchased from warworldgaming.com. Always have to have this handy because I forget the name of the company for whatever reason. I get it confused with another company. But the pieces are done. Really, the only thing that's not done on them are there are 3 gates that go with the pieces that I need to figure out a color that I want to do for the wooden gates, and then I'm thinking of magnetizing them as well, so that way they can be open close without propping them up or having them fall over. So thinking of how exactly I want to do that, or if that is what I want to do. But otherwise, they turned out, I think, really good. I'll show you pictures or a video of them at the end of this video so you guys can judge for yourself. I think they were worth the money. They can be a little pricey, I guess. It kind of depends on how you feel things should be priced, but you know, taking the time to build your own versus purchasing the resin kits and just painting them up and putting them on, putting clump foliage and all that stuff on, you know, it's one way or the other. I don't think it was out of line price wise. I'm glad I purchased them. So the only complaints product wise that I have about them, and I think I said it in the previous video, and it's just personal choice on one of the complaints, so I don't want to necessarily put it as a complaint, but complaint list is all the critters that they had on there, the weasels, the mice, the rabbits, and that. Like I said previously, you can cut them off or trim them off and green stuff the areas to make it blend in with the bocage and the rocks and stuff. If you like that stuff, just leave it on there. No big deal. It's definitely not a deal breaker by any means, but just be aware of that if you're going to purchase the product. The complaints that I do have are I ran out of clump foliage for the trees. Now, it was just dark green clump foliage that was provided, and then this clump foliage might be hard to see. You can see a little bit of color in there. I was using this as bushes because I thought they're flowery bushes, right? Well, I have literally 4.5 bags of this stuff. I ran out of the dark green clump foliage, which is similar to like Woodland Scenic's clump foliage. I ran out on the bottom of one of the trees that I was doing, and I only did 4 of the 8 trees that were included in the kits that I bought. So I used my own clump foliage on 4 trees. Now luckily I had clump foliage from Woodland Scenics that was fairly close color wise. It was a bit darker, but since it was on the bottom part of one of the trees, it looks like almost like a shading type effect, which is pure dumb luck more than anything. So I guess I really didn't use a whole lot of that dark green clump foliage on the bocage. So I don't know, I guess. Maybe the flowery stuff is supposed to be for the trees. I don't know. But either way, just be aware of that if you do purchase these kits. Either A, have extra clump foliage, or plan accordingly and probably use some of that flowery stuff for your trees. The other thing that I ran out of was the light green undergrowth clump foliage. I did run out when I got towards the end. I don't feel like I used a whole lot or excessive on the pieces that I used, considering it's bocage. So I did have some light green Woodland Scenics undergrowth bushes clump foliage that I used on, I think, 2.5 pieces. Maybe. So I may go back at a later time and add some of that darker green to some of the other bocage just to kind of tie them together. It's not a huge dramatic change, so it looks fine just the way it is now. One mistake that I made, and I don't want to say it's a mistake, but one thing that I tried was I had the hobby tack out for the trees and doing the clump foliage, and I really haven't worked with hobby tack very much. Worked great on the trees. So I tried it on some of the Bocage pieces, and it worked great. The shit's stickier than hell if you've never used it. So I clump foliage fingers. If any of you have used it and tried to use clump foliage, you probably know what I'm talking about. The only the only thing I wasn't aware of, I did know that it dried clear, but I didn't know that it dried clear glossy. So there's a couple pieces where I didn't get clump foliage on where I had hobby tack, so it is a little bit glossy. It kind of bothers me just a tiny bit, but I can always go back in later and put clump foliage on those pieces that are showing glossy and cover it up. So it's definitely not a deal breaker. It's just kind of like one of those things of like, ah, crap. Wish I'd have known that. And when I was doing it, I was in a little bit of a hurry. So, but anyway, I'll show you all that at the end of this video. Sorry, I kind of rambled and went off on a tangent on some of that stuff. That's really the only hobby stuff that I have for y'all. I knew going into this month it was going to really suck hobby time wise, and I've made the best of it, and I've actually got more stuff accomplished than what I was expecting for this month. With the job working nights now, and we're doing overtime as well, and then with turkey hunting in there, which today was the last day. Didn't go today for a couple different reasons, but anyway, with that, there were a lot of days I didn't know whether I was coming, going both directions at the same time, whatever, you know, working late and then hunting late on one day. Just for example, like on Saturday, one of the first days we went, a couple Saturdays ago, with my nephew, he's going now too. He had soccer games, so we went out in the afternoon, hunting until dark. I got home at 10 o'clock at night because he lives an hour away. I'm still on a night work shift schedule, so I went to bed at midnight, got up at 3 o'clock to be over there at 4, go out in the next day, and then the next day try to get back into a night schedule again. So it was several weekends like that. So today, I'm not a nap taker, but I took a hefty nap today just to get things back in order. My body was like, it's time for some rest, Mark. So I got it. Anyway, so other things that are going on hobby-wise. Sorry guys, got distracted. So other things that are going on hobby-wise. Tomorrow, which is Monday, Eric with Games with Sarge is going to stop by. He's going to be in the area, and we're going to get a game of bolt action in and do some BSing and solving life's issues, the world issues, I guess. Could be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Eric seems like a really cool dude. Talked to him via email and a little bit of texting as well. So I'm really looking forward to our chat and visiting our game, definitely. So we're talking about recording it. So whether that appears on this channel or his channel, we'll have to see. It might appear on both. We don't know, I guess. We'll figure that out as we go. So looking forward to that. Other than that, I think it'll be back to the airborne project. I do have some terrain that I do want to tackle as well. I kind of am in that terrain mode. I have some buildings that I want to paint. Frazier painted some Sarissa buildings, and he did a really effective yet simple paint scheme that it's like, I'm gonna steal that idea. So at least one of the buildings I'm going to do that on, where he painted basically the roof and the blinds and the doors, and that was it, and left the rest MDF color. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out his channel, Von Kittingham, and it looks freaking sweet. So, but I have a Sarissa large farmhouse that I'll probably do that with, and then I have a chateau that I want to paint up. Kent's Paint Shack, he painted one up that looks freaking amazing. I'm not going to go to that effect with it, but I do have a paint scheme in mind. So I might break out the airbrush and just paint it. I've had it for couple years now, maybe longer. It's actually one of the first videos I did for this channel was showing that off, because Palmer with Heresy Productions, he had purchased one or was going to. So I did a quick video, and that's actually what's got me started on doing videos. So I might just break out the airbrush and paint that sucker up pretty quick. I got something simple in mind, and it shouldn't take too long, but we'll see. The other thing hobby-wise is Bug Eater's coming up really darn quick. It's the first weekend in June, so 2 weekends. Be in Omaha, Nebraska. Dan and I are going. I'm dropping names all over the place today for whatever reason. So we went last year. We had a blast. I didn't do real well, but it's 5 games, 1,000 point, dual platoon, and it's a bunch of good guys. I can't remember how many players we're going to have, but it's quite a few bold action players. And last year I had fun. Had some pretty good games. Had one game that was a little bit frustrating, but it was all in good fun. So looking forward to it. As you know, I'm taking my U.S. Marines. Dan has been telling me that I need to do a display board because it would really make my Marines pop with my theme and help me with my theme points. And I totally agree with him. And I keep meaning to start that little project, and I haven't done it, and I still haven't done it. And I might try to push it through and get it done. So I don't want to spend a lot of time and money on it just because it's going to be for a weekend. Guess I can always use it for a display piece on the shelf too. But the basic principle that I'm thinking of in my head: there's not going to be any water effects. Just save time and effort. Be just a little bit past the water line on the beach for Tarawa. So we're talking sand mostly is what it's going to be. So sand with the seawall. If you've seen pictures of Tarawa. They got the log seawall, so I'm going to do some of that, and then beyond, so like shell craters, sand, log seawall, something simple and effective. So we'll see what we come up with. I have pretty much, I think, all of next weekend free, and hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have to work overtime, which will give me a 3-day weekend. So that would be pretty sweet. Anyway, that's that. One quick thing too, I don't know if you guys have seen this channel, but most everybody that watches this channel does historical gaming. There is a channel out there that I came across a while ago. It's Lionheart Filmworks. How I came across them is it was a suggested video, and the video that I first watched of theirs was kind of a video explaining how a certain person won the Medal of Honor. So they do like a little bit of dramatization and how the person won or why they were recommended for the Medal of Honor, etc. So I watched that. It was done really well, I thought. So I watched a couple more of their videos, subscribed to them. They do retro. They go back to old reenactments and old films, retro. I watched one earlier today from 1974. They do French Indian War, they do American Revolution, they do a lot of American Civil War. It's really cool. They do a little bit of history, and they show a lot of reenactments. They had a series of the uniforms of the Civil War, which it's a wealth of information and ideas for you guys that game that period, or if you're just interested in learning more about history, or just want to see some really good reenactments. Take a look at it and let me know what you think, and give them a subscribe. It's pretty well done, I think, in my opinion. Videos are about a half hour. I don't think there's been any that, there might be a few that are an hour, but definitely worth checking out. Anyway, so the next video you'll see will be after Eric's visit, so we'll see. he's bringing American Airborne Market Garden list, and I'm gonna dust off my German Grenadiers a Normandy list that I ran at Bug Eater last year, I think, because I have that list already made up. Just gonna do a Market Garden list, just kind of keep it the same, but really couldn't find anything for German wise, and I don't have the Market Garden book, so. But Normandy list should be fairly comparable. I don't have anything that's going to be totally out of the realm power wise. Puma's what I have for a vehicle, so it's not like I'm running a Tiger or a Panther. He should have fairly good shot. Should be a fairly balanced game. I know he's bringing an anti-tank gun with a Jeep because he asked me a question about it, so I do know that, and I know it's U.S. Airborne. But otherwise, I just know it's 1,000 points. So that's a good game, points-wise, I think. I'm rambling now. So hope you all are doing well. Things are going good here. A little bit chaotic, time-wise, and going 100 different directions. But that should start slowing down here a little bit. And it's definitely getting summer here. So working outside, too, which is nice. Anyway, oh, one last thing. You probably thought you were done listening to me ramble. I wish I would have taken a before and after picture of my hobby room. Dan, you know what my hobby room looks like. You've been in here several times. One of the bookcases that I've completed has been sitting on my garage for a few weeks. I brought into the house. I had like this old style china cabinet thing that I moved out into the kitchen right now. It's going to go to like a Goodwill store for people because I just don't have a use for it, and it's a monstrosity that took up a bunch of room and really wasn't benefiting me anymore. So I did bring in one of the bookcases. I have one more that I'm going to hammer out, and it actually gives me quite a bit of storage and more room. I didn't realize how freaking wide that china cabinet was, but my hobby room has always been a mess. We all know what that's like. But it's kind of disorganized mess right now, worse than ever. So today, after this video, and after I get it uploaded and edited, I need to sort out this shit so that way Eric's not having to crawl over everything just to get in here to get a game. It's kind of embarrassing right now. So, but anyway. Once I get the other bookcase in here, I'll kind of show you what it's like. I didn't finish it yet, varnish it or anything like that. I will do that eventually. I just want to get it in here and see what I have room-wise, and see if I need to make a third one or what I need to do with my next project, which is a new gaming table. I would edit that out, but it's all right. We're all friends here. So the next project, good lord, next project is a new gaming table. I have folding tables right now, which work great, but I want to make 2 tables that I can put together with some storage underneath. Right now I'm in storage mode because I have a lot of stuff that I want to store that's just kind of sitting around willy-nilly right now. So anyway, I will quit rambling. I'm in a talkative mood today for some reason. I don't know why. So, next thing you're going to see is the Bocage that I finished. So, leave your feedback and comments. If you have any questions about it or questions about other stuff, leave them down below and I'll be glad to answer them. So, I hope you're all doing well. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. Everybody that's on this channel, I see your guys' comments and other people's videos, and you guys are all awesome and really supportive, so I really shouldn't have to tell you that, but because you already do it. So anyway, take care, have fun gaming, and we'll chat with you later. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, I was going to take photos, but I think video would just be easier to do this, maybe. So here's one of the T-intersections with the tree. Trees are removable, so you can always take them off. One thing I forgot to mention is the bottoms of these trees are rounded. I might just clip those off where they're flat because they kind of lean a little bit, which trees aren't always obviously naturally straight up and down, but I think it would help a little bit. This is the stuff that I ran out of, as well as the clump foliage. This is my own clump foliage. I'll show you. The next piece here has got the clump foliage that was provided in the kits. So there's another straight piece, 2 trees obviously. Oh, I kind of get stuck. So there's that piece. And this is the color of the clump foliage that was provided by the company. Just a Y intersection. No trees. Here's one of the gate pieces. That tree really leans. That's one of the gate pieces. I need to pick some of this extra clump foliage off. I really haven't tinkered with it too much yet. And then another piece here. I think with the trees it really adds quite a bit to it. Here's another one of the gate pieces. It's the same, pretty much. Same layout anyway. Clump foliage is a little different. Another straight piece. There's no trees on this one. And then the last piece, which is the last gate piece. And I dropped that one on the floor 2 or 3 times, and it survived each time. I don't know how, but it did. So there's that. I'll set them up, and I think I'll take some pictures with some airborne and some Germans in there. So next thing you'll see are some pictures.